Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Hope all are fine. So you're watching my YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to study JavaScript data types. Okay, as we know, JavaScript variables can hold different data types, numbers, strings, objects, and more. Right? So we can have like this: let length is equal to 16. This is a number, last name Johnson, this is string, and then we have an object. So these three different data types or data are assigned to these variables: length, last name, and x, and all these have different types, right? So let's study data types in a little bit more detail. So in programming languages, data type is a very important concept, and to be able to operate on variables, it is important to know something about the type. Yeah, without data type, a computer cannot safely solve this. Yeah, so for example, here we have 16 plus Volvo. As you know, one is number and one is text. So now what to do? Because Volvo cannot be added in the number, or number cannot be added into string. So does it make any sense to add Volvo to 16? Will it produce error, or will it produce a result? So what JavaScript does is, JavaScript will treat the example as above, like this. It will treat the number as a string, not a number, and then concatenate them. So when adding a number and a string, JavaScript will treat the number as a string, right? Here, for example, if we look at this example, we have let x is equal to 16 plus Volvo, and the answer is this one, 16 Volvo. This 16 has been treated as a string, right? So the answer is 16 Volvo. Okay, next we see here this in second example, we are adding Volvo into 16, and answer is Volvo 16. The number is treated as string. Okay, so what happens actually, JavaScript evaluates expressions from the left to right. Keep remember this is a very important concept. JavaScript evaluates expressions from left to right, and different sequences can produce different results, and this is very important. Different sequences can produce different results. For example, here you have let x is equal to 16 plus 4 plus Volvo. So as you know, it will be evaluated from left to right. So here first the addition will be done, and then result will be 20, and 20 will be treated as a string and then concatenated with Volvo. Here in this example, as you can see, we have this Volvo. If I make it like 5, it will be 21 Volvo. So I hope this concept is clear to you. Okay, and now if we add Volvo into 16 plus 4, the answer is Volvo 16.4. Because evaluation is done from left to right, Volvo is tried to be added into 16, which is not possible. So 16 is converted to string, and then 4 is also converted to string. So we have Volvo 16 and 4. This is the results. Yeah. So in the first example, JavaScript treats 16 and 4 as a number, and until it reaches Volvo. And in the second example, since the first operand is string, all operands are treated as string. Okay, so now we have JavaScript types are dynamic. So this is an important concept again. So JavaScript has dynamic types. This means that the same variable can be used to hold different data types. Yeah, so we defined a variable here, let x. Yeah, and now we are making x is equal to 5, and then next statement we are saying x is equal to John. So we change the variable. First it was storing a number to a string, so it means these are dynamic data type, dynamic JavaScript types are dynamic. Variable can have different, you can say, data stored in them or assigned to them. So this is called dynamic behavior. Here you can see we have here x. Initially we defined, we assigned to 5. For example, if I make it a comment for a second, see, it's 5, right? And then the result is 5. When I remove this comment and John comes in, the x changes to string. Okay, so this is the concept. Now we have JavaScript strings. A string or a text string is a series of characters like John Doe. Strings are written with quotes. You can use single or double quotes. Okay, for example, in this example, we have two string variables, car name 1, car name 2. First one is defined with the double quotes and second one is defined with a single quote, and both have the same result. Okay, so that's it. Now let's see. You can use quotes inside a string as long as they don't match the quotes surrounding the string. So this is another possibility. Here we have a string, inside it's alright, and outside we have double quotes, so this single quote is displayed correctly. Similarly, in second variable, which is answer 2, we have single quotes inside around Johnny and double quotes outside the string, so he is called Johnny, is correctly displayed. And in third one, we have double quotes around Johnny and single quote around the whole string, so he is called Johnny. Okay, so we will have more videos on strings later on. So for now we will leave strings here. JavaScript numbers, can be written with or without decimal, and they have and JavaScript has only one type of number. So for example, before we have studied Java, where we have int and float and other you can say number types, but in JavaScript we have only one type of number, and numbers can be written with or without decimal. So here we have x is equal to 34.0 or let x is equal to 34. So one is written with decimal, one without decimal. Next we have external numbers can be written with exponential notation, scientific exponential notation, like 1 2 3 e5. It means 1 2 3 10 power 5. So all these 5 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 zeros, are written as e5. Similarly, these smaller number can be written with e-5 as well. Okay, right, so let's move forward. Booleans are another data type. Booleans can only have two values, true or false. So here we are making a comparison. X is equal to y, and these have the same number and they will return true, right? So here we are doing a comparison here, and see k, right, and fine. So here see, we have x is equal to 5, y is equal to 5, z is equal to 6, and we're saying x is equal to y and x is equal to y, and the result is true, and x is equal to z, which is not, so result is false. So these are Boolean data types. Okay, Booleans are used in conditional testing. You will learn more about in our upcoming tutorial videos. And JavaScript arrays. JavaScript arrays are written with sequence bracket with square brackets. Arrays items are separated by commas. The following code creates an array called cars containing 3 items. Const cars equal to Saab, Volvo, and BMW. So here we have an array containing 3 elements, and here we are just showing our first element in the array, which is Saab, and that is we are doing with the car with the square bracket 0 0 is index reference for this array. from first element is 0, then Volvo is 1 and BMW is 2. So if I make it as 2, so it should show me BMW. Okay, so this is how the array works. We will have a complete video on array later on. Similar, in this video we are just giving you the types of data types available, all types available, and then we will have separate videos on each of them. And then we have JavaScript objects. JavaScript objects are written with curly braces, and these are an object's properties. They have some names and values in them, which are called name value pairs, and they are known as the object properties, and they are separated by what? Commas. So here we see const person is equal to, then we have this curly bracket, and then first name comma, this colon John, comma is separating these two value pairs. Then we have last name colon Doe, age 50 and eye color blue. See here we have defined this object const person is equal to this John Doe 50 blue, and then we are referring to these properties with this dot, right? So person dot age is referring to 50, right? And person dot first name John is this 50 years old. This is our result. Okay, right, so this is how we refer to these values pairs, which are properties of the objects, and use them. If I use rather than first name, I make last name, and now the result should change. Now we have Doe is 50 years old. Okay, and in this video series we have a lot of videos about objects, you will see later. Next we look at the concept of typeof operators. This is an operator in JavaScript which is used to know the type of the data type of the JavaScript variable. The typeof operator returns the type of a variable or an expression. So here let's look at this example. Okay, I will make it more clear for you. Okay, here we have what we have. We want to know type of two commas, okay, two double quotes, and they don't have anything in them. And as you know, even we define something with double quotes, that is considered as string. So type of double quotes starting and ending is a type of string. Then we have type of John is string, and then we have type of John Doe is also a string. So here we know how we are going to know the type of data variables. So if I now make a little change, let x is equal to John Doe, okay, and here I make type of x, right, and run. So it is again a string. But if I change it with a number, make it 3, see, now it's changed to a number. Okay, so this is how we use the typeof operator to know the data type of a variable. Okay, so here we have different examples. See here, type of 0 is a number, 314 is a number, 3.14 is a number, 3 is a number, 3+4 is another number. So we will have another video about this type of later. Now undefined. In JavaScript, a variable without a value has the value undefined. So we have this variable car, and variable is undefined, type is undefined. So the variable without a value is considered as undefined. So we have this variable here, but it doesn't have a value. So when we check its type, it becomes undefined. Okay, right. But if now change it to BMW, it will change to string, and the value inside is BMW. And if I remove this, as before, though, this becomes undefined. Okay, a variable can be emptied by setting the value to undefined. The type will also be undefined. So for example, here we had a variable called car, and Volvo was stored in it. Then we said car is equal to undefined. Okay, now the variable is empty, so we are printing car plus type of car. So car, okay, before I make it undefined, see what's the result. So the car is Volvo and type of this data is string. Now I make car is equal to undefined, so it becomes undefined and undefined. Okay, so these are empty values. So empty values, what are empty values? An empty value has nothing to do with undefined. An empty string has both legal value and a type. So if we say let a car is equal to double quotes, it's empty, but it is a string. Okay, it's not considered as undefined, as we have discussed before. We have car is equal to double quotes. When we print it and know the type of it, the value is nothing but it is a string. Right, so I will wrap up my video here. I hope this been informative for you. You did learn a lot of things in this video. I'll be back with another video. If you want to learn or have any question, you can ask in the comment section. I will be more than happy to answer that. So till next video, I will say goodbye, take care, and Allah Hafiz.